Welcome to this third lesson of recording transaction. It is the third and the final lesson in this topic 2 of financial accounting, foundational level in CPA. In this uh, final lesson, we are going to look at trial balance, what a trial balance is. We're going to look at computerized accounting system, that is objectives of introduction of computers in accounting. We're also going to look at features of computerized accounting system, and finally we look at disadvantage of computerized accounting system. So kindly subscribe and get free summarized financial accounting notes and answers to custom past paper questions from 2015 to 2023. After subscribing, you can contact us through this email, samagetudu20@gmail.com or samagetudu19@gmail.com to get those resources to help you in preparing array for the upcoming August CPA exams. So let us look at the trial balance. What is a trial balance? And we say that a trial balance is simply a statement whereby all businesses periodically tabulate the debit and credit balances separated to see whether they agree. Remember, according to the principle of double entry system or duality, we find that a transaction is recorded uh, on a debit side of one account and on credit side of another account. For example, if a proprietor introduces capital to his business, then in form of cash, then you're going to have an account called cash and you're going to have an account called capital. In cash account, you record the cash on the debit side, and in the capital account you will record the capital on the credit side. Therefore, all the transaction are recorded on all the transaction they have both debit and credit entry, and the tool that is used to find out whether those debit and credit balances, whether they do agree, is called a trial balance. So a trial balance is simply a statement where businesses periodically tabulate the debit and credit balances separately to see whether they agree. Then we can see the format of a trial balance. And the format of a trial balance, it simply have the details. This is the transaction now, the details of the transaction. It have the debit side and the credit side. For example, rent income, you record it on the credit side. Any incomes are recorded on the credit side. Then you have data, which is an asset. They are recorded on the debit side. Motor vehicle, this is an asset. It's recorded on the debit side. Bank balance, this is an asset. It is recorded on the debit side. Purchases, they are recorded on the debit side. Then you have wages, this is an expense. It is recorded on the debit side. You have capital recorded on the credit side. This is the money which is introduced by the proprietor in the business. Then you have creditors, they're recorded on the credit side. Furniture and fittings, this is an asset. It is recorded on the debit side. Then you have sales related to revenue. So sales are recorded on the credit side. You have cash, there's an asset, it's recorded on the debit side. You have stationary expenses, they are recorded on the debit side. You have returns outward, they are recorded on the credit side. And then you have drawings, they are recorded on the debit side. So all the transaction which have a debit balance, they are recorded on the debit side of a trial balance, and those which have credit balances, they are recorded on the credit side of the trial balance. And they must, for you to say that your trial balance is correct, the debit side and the credit side must agree. In lessons to come, we are going to do an example of a trial balance. We're going to do an example of a trial balance. But for now, for this lesson, let us go to the second objective of looking at computerized accounting. And computerized accounting, it simply involves the use of computers in accounting. It simply involves the use of computers in accounting. When you go in accounting firm or in any business, and you find an accountant there, there are various software that they use. And a simple example is Excel. Excel is used to do financial statement. We have QuickBooks. All those combined together, they are called computerized accounting. So, what is the objective of introducing computers in accounting? Why do we need computers in accounting? And the first objective is to save on labor. Computers, they do calculation very fast, so you're saving on labor. The next objective is to save on time. Save on time. They do work very fast. And the other objective is to enhance accuracy in accounting. An example of Excel, when you're multiplying or doing addition, there is a high accuracy. Errors are minimized. The other objective is to minimize fraud in the field of accounting. Then the other objective is to handle business transaction, to handle business transaction. And the other objective is to reduce paperwork. You find that a lot of accounting work is saved in the computer, and therefore you don't need to maintain paperwork. Then you have flexible reporting. Then to enhance faster reporting due to the high speed of these computers, and then to increase in the volume of business. When computers are being used, there is high chances that they'll be increased in the volume of business because, for example, when you're printing receipt, you are able to serve a lot of customers at once, therefore increasing the volume of business. Then we go to the other objective, which is to look at the features, features of computerized accounting system. Features of computerized accounting system. Features are the characteristic that you find in the computerized accounting system. And the first feature is that the computerized accounting system, they lead to quick preparation of accounts and makes available the accounting statement and record on time. So that is the first feature. When you have computerized accounting system, these software such as QuickBooks, Excel, they make the preparation of financial account to be very fast. And if the preparation of those account is very fast, then you're able to avail those statements and records on time. Then the next feature is it ensure control of accounting work and records. When you have the computerized accounting system, you have control over the accounting work and records. Then errors and mistakes are minimal. The errors and mistakes in computerized accounting system are very minimal. They are very minimal. When you enter data, those computerized accounting systems, they have formulas which are able to work out your the kind of report that you want. For example, if you want an income statement, if you want a statement of financial position, then they are able to calculate those figures correctly. Then you have the maintenance of uniform accounting statement and record is possible. Then there's easy access and reference of accounting information. Then they enhance flexibility in maintaining accounts. They enhance flexibility in maintaining account. So their computerized accounting system are very flexible. And then they involve less clerical work and they are very neat and accurate. When you're using computer accounting system, you are able to produce neat work. You're able to produce neat work rather than when you're using books. For example, if an accountant is writing a transaction on a book using a pen, you cannot compare that kind of work with the work that is produced by a computerized accounting system, for example, a printed work. Then it can adapt to current need and future needs of a business. These computers accounting they are able to adapt to the needs of a business in the current and in the future because they can be improved. They can be improved and they are able to change with the technology. If a new technology comes and a new software is introduced in the business, then all you need, if you have computers, if you have computer, is just to install the new software and start working with it, which make it possible to adapt to the needs of the emerging business. Then it generates real-time comprehensive report and ensure access to complete and critical information instantly. So you are able to generate real-time reports and complete uh, complete and critical information instantly. So you are able to access or to generate these reports very fast. And so we go to now the disadvantage, the disadvantages of computerized accounting system. What are disadvantage of this computer? We have discussed the features and also the features. There are also the advantages of computerized accounting system, and also the objectives. Objective they can also be taken as the advantages of computerized accounting system. But despite all those advantages, there are disadvantages of computerized accounting system. And one of the disadvantage which now affect our profession is the reduction of manpower requirement, which can increase unemployment. You find that in a business, due to reduction of manpower requirement, the business only need one accountant. And if it only need one accountant, because the computer has made the accounting work easier, then where are all the other learned accountants? Where are they going to go? So you find that they can lead to unemployment. Then there's high cost in terms of installation and maintenance cost. So to maintain this computer accounting system, they involve high cost. For example, there are some software that are needed in accounting which require a lot of cost to install and also to maintain. So you find that this is another disadvantage of computerized accounting system. Then they require special skill to operate. If you don't know about computers, if you don't know about those softwares, then you cannot be able to operate. So they require special skill to operate. And you find that when an organization employs new accountant, then they have to go that extra cost of training those accountant on how to use the installed accounting system. So that is another disadvantage. That is another disadvantage. And the other disadvantage is that when there are other problems such as frequent repair and power failures, you find that becomes a disadvantage of computerized accounting system. If there's power failure in your organization, then you cannot use computers. If the computer require repairs because they are not functioning, then that is a disadvantage. that is a disadvantage. And finally, we go to the final objective, which is challenges through problems faced in application of computerized accounting system. An organization or a business want to use computerized accounting system. They want to use computerized accounting system. So what are challenges? What are challenges that they can face in an attempt to apply computerized accounting system? And the first challenge is user training is required, which lead to extra cost. If an organization is using or need to use this computerized accounting system, then they must train employees on how to use them, and that is a challenge that they face. The next challenge is increase in system dependency. You are depending on the system, and when there's a system failure, you find that the production goes low. You find that the production goes low. Sometimes, for those who file returns, they sometimes find that the ITAC system is down, and that is an example of the challenge. That is an example of the challenge that we're talking about. Then there's hardware requirements. You must buy those computers, mouse, keyboards for you to use computer. So to buy those, then that is a challenge that you face. Then there's system failure. If the system fails, that is a challenge. Then there's backup and print are required in case the system fail. So we can say that despite this computer reducing the paperwork, if they fail, if a computer crash, then you find that all the work that you had saved there is gone. And therefore, uh, it is not enough to just have your records maintained in the computer. You still need to print. You still need to print those records and put them in files to act as backups in case the systems fails. Then there's a requirement of additional security to prevent unauthorized access. So you find that you must contact cybersecurity so that those who are not authorized to access certain records in the computerized accounting system, you are able to prevent them from accessing those records. Then vouchers can easily be altered, thereby making their management hard. Find that when you're producing all your vouchers receipt using computerized accounting system, then they can easily be altered. And if they are altered, then the management becomes too hard. So that is it for this lesson. I'll see you in another lesson. Thank you very much.